Hey everybody, hope you all are doing well and are getting ready for the holidays that are coming up in this cold weather. I'm loving it. I love it when it gets chilly and it's fall, all of these leaves on the floor. So I hope you guys are all getting ready to visit with your family and you all have a great time, make memories and stay safe. And I wanted to make a video about a very important topic in my opinion. And this is going to be about shuttles. Being a thru hiker twice, I have had the good fortune of being able to meet a lot of shuttle drivers and get quite a few shuttles in my time on the AT. And there's some information about working with a shuttle driver, getting a shuttle, that I wanted to share with everybody, and some of this is pretty important, so please pay attention. First of all, your experience on the Appalachian Trail would not be nearly as smooth without shuttle drivers. Let me first explain what a shuttle driver is and how and why you need to use them. So a shuttle driver is a person that is in close proximity to the Appalachian Trail, or it could be any major trail. It's not just exclusive to the Appalachian Trail, but it's a person that is close to the trail that provides a ride. Usually it's from a point on the trail, like at a gap or something, to a hostel or to a resupply and get you back onto the trail either the next day or that day or whatever you need done. There's lots of shuttle drivers along the Appalachian Trail. If you're using Gut Hook, now named Far Out, it is all listed in the comments below, all the good, all of the shuttle drivers. There's so many good ones out there that are listed in there with their name and phone number and people's experience with them. So that's a source of where to go to get to schedule a shuttle. A few things about a shuttle driver that I find. First of all, I have spoken with quite a few shuttle drivers, and some of them are good dear friends of mine. And we've been having discussions of some things that have been happening that you guys need to be aware of and just keep in mind when you are using a shuttle service. So first of all, be very respectful of their time. They go out of their way. A good shuttle driver knows the trail. They've been doing this for a while. They know how to help you, and they're a huge source of information, but don't waste their time. They spend a lot of time out there waiting for people because, you know, hikers, you never know if you're going to sprain an ankle, if you're going to take longer than you anticipate getting to that meetup point. They wait a lot. They're very patient. They really go out of their way. And I know some in particular, and you know who I'm talking about. We really appreciate all that you do to help us out there and all of the hikers in the hiker community, but they go out of their way to help hikers that are injured, that are sick, when other places and people, even, you know, I hate to say it, when people get COVID or the norovirus or something and they can't get a ride from somewhere else, a lot of times shuttle drivers will step up to help people and help these hikers and get them to where they need to go so they can recover and feel better. That's going above and beyond what they have to do. They don't have to do this stuff. And I know for a fact and have seen it in action how shuttle drivers go out of their way to help people, how they'll go to different locations, how they will get in touch with people, especially if they're injured, to get someone close to them to get them as fast as possible. They really have a great network of people and resources that they use to help hikers out to get the best, you know, not only the best service, but the best care that a hiker needs. So with them going out of their way and going above and beyond, which is most shuttle drivers out there, please be respectful of them and their time and their effort. To stand them up is just out of the question. You don't schedule a shuttle driver, a shuttle pickup, and then don't show up. That's just plain rude. Don't do that. You wouldn't do that to a friend of yours. You wouldn't want it done to yourself. So treat others the way you would like to be treated, and that goes for them as well. It really wastes not only their time but their resources to be stood up or to be canceled. So just keep in mind, from their end of the spectrum, they have to turn down other shuttles and other rides and other help to other people to schedule your shuttle, which is fine and great. So just be sure you show up and use it. If you cancel at the last minute, then they're not only losing their time and the ride from you and the money from you, but they're also losing all the other potential people they could have helped or scheduled in that time frame or around that time frame. So keep that in mind when you are scheduling and working with a shuttle driver or a shuttle service, to be respectful of that, because a lot of people are not, especially lately these days. It's not like Uber and Lyft, where you can just easily cancel a ride. This is different because they do they don't schedule other people if they're scheduling and working with you. It's always a first come first served basis, at least from the ones that I've spoken with and worked with. You know, if you have, even if your scheduled ride is not the most profitable for them, they will still work with you and give you priority if you have scheduled with them and made those plans. They're not going to change it to work with someone else that could have been a longer ride or a more profitable ride. They're really respectful like that. But they're getting burned out. There's shuttle drivers out there and a lot of people doing trail magic with rides that people are getting really rude these days and just either not showing up at all or canceling their rides at the last minute, or just whatever the case, and it's getting to be really a problem. So I wanted to just make this video to make people aware that using a shuttle service, first of all, they're essential. We've got to have them. We need to use them. So in order for us to keep them around and keep them working with us as hikers, please don't make them so upset where they take away that resource. And let me also touch in on price and payment. When you are working with a shuttle driver, be sure, and I have made this mistake, and it was a costly mistake, ask them if it is what the cost is, if it's one way or both ways. If you have to resupply, is it one way out and another price to get back to the trail, or is it all included? Ask if it's per person or if it's per ride. Like some shuttles, you can fit 4 people in their car, and that's cool, and they charge one flat rate. Others will charge per person. That's where I made a mistake. And me and this other hiker, we got charged a ridiculous amount of money to go not very far. And it was simply because we didn't ask and we didn't know he was going to charge per person. So be sure you ask that and you're clear up front of what the cost is and what the logistics are for what you're setting up. And also keep in mind that it costs a shuttle driver a good bit of money to run their operation, to do this. Okay, so as you all know, a lot of the trail is in the mountains, so that's a lot of wear and tear on a car. That's frequent oil changes. That's a lot for money for gas that they have to pay. And a good majority of the shuttle drivers out there have insurance as well. They have insurance against passengers that they carry in their car. More often than not, they do have that. So those are a lot of costs that add up, and even costs for tires and the wear and tear on your car in the mountains with constant driving it really adds up. So when you get a shuttle and it is not dirt cheap, you need to keep in mind, in the back of your mind, that yeah, they do have to pay a lot just to run this operation and to keep things going and to do that. So that is one thing to be aware of. Oh, my little puppies, they're running around having fun. So, and let's see. Oh, one other thing with shuttle drivers that's a really cool thing that you're not going to get from Uber or Lyft or anything. And of course you can use those services as well in some locations, but not all locations have that available. A lot of times you're going to have to use a designated AT shuttle driver, but they are a huge wealth of information. They can tell you about the trail, they can give you slack packing options if you need to, they can give you information on all the resources in the area, they can tell you about the trail. I got this information a lot. I would always ask them, you know, the conditions of the trail coming up that I was going to have to do. They can help you figure out when your next resupply should be, or you know, what resources you have ahead of you or behind you. So they're a huge wealth of information. They can give you a good heads up on what to be careful for, what to keep in mind. And they love to help with that information. One shuttle driver I got gave me a wonderful tour of the city that I was in, and pointed out all of these historical areas, and kind of gave me a history lesson that I found fascinating. He did not have to do that, but you know, they are a wealth of information, whether it be with the surrounding area or with logistics with your hike, related to your hike. So use that and take advantage of that offering and that information, because it's pretty good. So without these shuttle drivers, I tell you, our lives would not be so easy out there. We have to have them. And not only that, but for safety. So I wanted to bring up the point, I have hitchhiked, of course, and when you're out there on the trail, you'll run across opportunities where you have to hitch, and that's no problem if you do it safely and carefully. But I did run into a problem, where was it? I think it was in the Daleville area, a little further north. But anyway, I was waiting and waiting, trying to get a hitch, and I was out there for a while. I couldn't get a hitch. Everybody kept passing me by. I was starving, I was tired. I was just trying to get to a hotel to resupply and recoup, spend the night, and I just could not get there. Finally, I broke down, and I just found a shuttle driver, and he was so nice. He was safe, he was reliable, he got me to where I needed to go, he told me about the resources in the town, and then the next day he picked me up at a designated time and got me back to the trail. So these guys are lifesavers, especially if you're hiking alone, if you're a single female out there and you want a safe and reliable source to get you to where you need to go. Use a shuttle driver, use the resource. It's a really good opportunity and a safe opportunity. It's nice to have that peace of mind when you need it. So, but we've got to keep them around. Don't piss them off. Don't schedule a shuttle and cancel at the last minute, or by any means don't just not show up at all. It's awful. It really is annoying and terrible to do that to somebody and to these shuttle drivers, and it is becoming more of a problem. A few of them have reached out to me to raise awareness about this issue, and in hopes that it will happen less often, because you know, it is frustrating and costly and just downright rude for them to repeatedly be stood up. And I feel awful for them, because I tell you, some of these shuttle drivers have become my friends. They are people that I care about and that I keep in touch with, that I have met from the trail, from getting a shuttle. You know, it's not to all of them, but to many of them. And they are really, I know personally, they are really awesome people. They're really kind people, and they go out of their way to help hikers. And a good shuttle driver will tell you what a cheaper price or a cheaper option for you. So that's another thing to consider. I mean, if they're not going to price gouge you. If somebody else is closer to your location or where you need to go, then they will help you make those arrangements. They will give you information to do that. And sometimes they are not the cheapest option or the fastest option, and a good shuttle driver will be upfront and tell you that and help you make arrangements to better serve what you need done and where you need to go. So just keep all of that in mind. I really have a lot of respect for shuttle drivers along the Appalachian Trail, just because I've worked with them personally, and I really appreciate all that they do for the trail community, and how well they know the trail. They know these gaps and back roads and everything more than anybody out there. So the wealth of information that they have is pretty incredible. But they're such nice people, and especially Trail Magic. I've gotten shuttles from people that you guys know, I forget your names, but the lady that gave me the lotion, the little pack of the lotion that was so helpful, you guys were so sweet and so nice. And it was her and her husband. They gave me and a few other hikers a ride. It was near Marion, and they were the sweetest people. Absolutely made my day with how nice they were. And they didn't even charge us anything. They just wanted to help us out and be a part of our journey, which they were. But it's those kind of things, those kind of memories that you look back on and you remember and you cherish these things. Those are things that happen along your journey with people wanting to help you, that you don't forget those things. It is out of the kindness of their heart, and also how other shuttle drivers go out of their way to just help people. They don't have to do any of that, but they do because they love the community, they love the Appalachian Trail, and they really want to be a part of our journey, and for us to be successful and get the most out of the trail that we want and that we go out there to get. They're really a big part of that, and I've met just the nicest people, and I will never forget their kindness and how much help that they have been, especially when you're cranky and tired and exhausted and absolutely starving. You're not the most pleasant person out there. and they are a welcome sight to be out there to help you and be a part of anything that they can do to help you out and to get you recharged, resupplied, and rested and back out there on the trail to keep going. So please respect them. They respect you. They love the trail community. They love the hiking community. So show them some love too. Be nice. Be nice to them, and don't take them for granted, because a lot of people do, and it's becoming more of a problem, especially recently and lately, this past year. And some of them, they don't want to do it anymore. They're not going to be a part of this and continue helping the hiking community because it's too much of a hassle, and they're getting too frustrated. So we've got to not let that happen. These people are too incredible to lose these kind of resources. So when you're scheduling a shuttle, please be respectful, and please be understanding of them, and just take advantage of the resources that they can offer you, which is abundant. So I think that's a lot of information on shuttles at this time. If you guys have any questions about that or anything related to that, feel free to leave questions or comments in the comment section, and I will be happy to address them. But for all of those getting ready for their through hike coming up this year, you guys will be meeting some fantastic people on your journey, and a lot of them will be shuttle drivers. So from personal experience, thank you guys, all the shuttle drivers out there, all the trail magic that people provide, and all of your dedication to the trail community and all of the hikers, everything that you do for us, and everything that you do that you don't have to do. It is so appreciated, and we really thank you so much for all of your dedication and hard work. And so, yep, keep the hiking community, the 2022 and further. You gotta keep keep the respect going and keep it going strong so that we don't lose these resources. All right, guys, I hope that all makes sense. So, oh, before I leave, I would like to just take a second to talk about Revolution Race and their company and the gear and clothing that they manufacture. So especially with it getting colder, and it is a challenge out there to stay warm and dry. So if you are looking for any kind of hiking gear or outdoor gear that is comfortable, easy to move in, and reliable against the rain, I am wearing the Revolution Jacket and the pants. Easy to move my legs and stay warm on this chilly day. So if you are looking to get some gear to try out to stay dry, which is always a challenge with gear, and this has been very successful and great to use, then check them out. You can get this stuff on Amazon, and you can also get it from their website. I will have all of the information in the description for you. And if you are interested in buying this gear, well, first of all, I'll have the jacket and the pants that I am wearing now listed in the description. But if you are interested in getting a discount on any of their gear on their whole website, from today, the 24th, through the 28th, they'll be having a discount, and the discount code will be in the description, and I'll also post it here, and you can use that to save some money on this gear. So check them out, and it's pretty cool that they're on Amazon. It's nice to get it that way. You'll get it a little faster. Just keep in mind that the jackets do kind of run big. The pants fit just right. They seem to be true to size, but the jackets do run a little bit large, and so maybe get a size smaller if you do that. But super cool company, very easy to communicate with and nice to work with. So check them out if you have time, and try out some of their gear, especially the jacket. I love the jacket, and I find these pants really easy to hike in and move around in. So great for the Appalachian Trail or day hikes or weekend hikes, whatever you've got planned and coming up. If you want to stay warm and dry, because it is hard to do both, and you can't stay warm without staying dry in the rain, of course, obviously, then check them out and get some good reliable gear, because this stuff works very well. I've tried it out myself, and I've had other hikers, other friends of mine that have tried their gear, and they like it as well. So hope you guys have a great holiday, make some wonderful memories, and stay very safe. And I will see you back. I will be making a video pretty soon about a cruise that we have coming up. We'll be leaving on Sunday to go on a week-long cruise, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on the ship. All right, guys, have a good day.